So if you really want to be able to dim the lights at the dinner table, then you're going to want to stick with regular light bulbs for now. Or if you've got lots of cash, you might want to check out Philips LED light bulbs. Or I think GE actually has just launched some that are actually pretty good too. They're not cheap. They're going to be $30 to $50 per bulb. So that's why I say stick with the regular light bulbs. So the next question, step number 4, what size bulb do you need? And here I'm actually referring to the base of the bulb, not the bulb part, but there's a smaller base. So some ceiling fans require ceiling fan light bulbs, which is a little smaller stem than the normal bulbs. Also know that some cheaper CFLs, the bulb end of it is a bit larger than a normal light bulb. It's going to be just a little longer. And so that means that you probably want to compare whatever CFL you're going to buy to a standard light bulb. Just pick up the package, take it over to one of the other light bulbs in the store, make sure they're about the same size, because you don't want to get it home, put it in a lamp, and then your wife say, that looks ugly because it's sticking up out of the lampshade. You just don't want to deal with that, because you don't want to have to go and take out your new fancy light bulb. So make sure that you get one that is about the same size as what you want, and that it has the proper stem size. Next piece of advice, don't buy the off-brand bulbs. I've done it. I talked about it, having put one in my daughter's ceiling fan. Even though you know better, I've been suckered into buying cheaper bulbs because they're a little cheaper, and you think, I'll save a little money. And then you get it installed, and it takes 3 minutes for the thing to reach peak brightness, or it has that weird delay we talked about, and it's just frustrating. So brands that brands like Philips, GE, those are going to be your best bets. Nothing against Walmart, but great value, might be cheaper, but if you throw it away because it's annoying your wife or your kids, it isn't really cheaper. So use your new knowledge of CFLs to make a difference in your own energy use. Make some good progress there, cutting back on that 25% each month that you use on lighting. Next thing I want to talk about is in the realm of lawn care. I've always been fascinated by reel mowers. I don't mean reel as in, hey, that's actually really there. I mean the kind of mower that you push and is mechanical. It has the little reel that spins and cuts the grass. Now, my brother, he gave me his mower that he wasn't using. I'm going to consider it an early birthday present because I've wanted one for a long time, just to try something new, because, I love new toys like anybody. I just couldn't justify buying one. But since he gave me one that he wasn't using, I figured it'd be great to put it to the test. One thing I did notice is that it took me several passes to get used to the blades, because you've got your wheels, and then your blade is inset in from the wheels, unlike a standard push mower that's gas powered, where mine has blades that actually go all the way out to the edge of the wheelbase. So the reel mower takes several more passes than a gas mower. In addition, you might need to go over difficult areas a few times instead of rolling it over one time with a gas mower. The good points: it wasn't too difficult to push. I really thought it would be a lot harder to push one of these than it really is. And so, I gotta tell you, it's kind of cool to be mowing and not have to deal with that loud engine noise. For some reason, this mower just makes me feel more like I'm actually caring for my lawn instead of taming it with some beastly tool. But that's just me. Now, I'll probably end up using this about every other week, because reel mowers emit no pollution and use no gasoline. In other words, cheaper, cleaner, right? So gas mowers have very unregulated engines, which produce lots of pollution. You can look up estimates on that. Some say that using a lawnmower for 15 minutes is like driving a car, an hour down the highway, 60 miles. And it's a lot smaller engine if you think about that. So anyway, that's food for thought. My lawnmower actually spews smoke for a couple minutes before it warms up and runs well. It's a hand-me-down lawnmower, it still runs fine. It still works, but I definitely smell like exhaust after I use it. So if you want to avoid those kinds of things, you might look into a real lawnmower. You can find those at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever for $100, $150. However, you can do like I did and try to find a used one. It'd be great, because that's even less waste that you're creating. So there you go. We actually on May 5th had our new dishwasher installed. A few weeks back, I was able to get one of those Texas appliance rebates, and you can read all about the crazy event that was. I ordered a GE, I'm going to give you the model number, GLD 6968 RSS. Now, I got it at Best Buy. They had the same low price as everyone else. They had the cheapest install price, and they offered free recycling, which actually saved me another $75. Now, at 7:04 a.m., that's right, in the a.m., the install man showed up. He was a kind, big, talkative, and very awake guy. He was the install guy that Best Buy contracts in the DFW area. It was really nice. He gave me some new tips for installing one myself next time, which will hopefully be a while, right? But you never know. Might move and need to replace a washing machine, and now I know how to do it. So if any of you are reluctant to watch those how-to videos on the internet and then go try it yourself, go ahead and spend the extra $100 once, watch how it's done, tell the guy you'd like to be able to do it yourself, and if he's a nice guy, most people are, they'll show you how to do it. It's not like it's gonna cost them their career or anything, people don't buy dishwashers every couple years, so they don't actually get that many repeat customers, I wouldn't think. So they're not going to worry about showing you how to do it. Probably be glad to. My particular guy had the old machine out and the new one in within about 30 minutes. Now, again, he's professional. He does it a lot. He knows what he's doing. He's got the dolly, bringing it off the truck and all that stuff. Probably take you at least an hour, if not two. Just because you haven't done it yourself before. It'd take me that long too. After testing the connections to make sure there were no leaks, important step, then he left. Now, I immediately loaded it up, got ready to go, and then thought probably ought to wait for my wife. At 4 p.m., so that's a long time, right? I actually waited. I'm proud of myself. She got home, and we cranked it up so she could hear the first cycle. Now, we got this machine because it was supposed to be quiet. Something our old hot point was not. The old machine was so loud, right, that we had trouble watching TV while it was on. Let's just say we were pleasantly surprised. The new GE is quieter than my air conditioner. Yes, I could actually hear the air blowing through the air ducts louder than I can hear the dishwasher. And that's when I'm in the kitchen.